recover. Okay, so we'll pop out there. We'll just create a couple of unusual attitudes, and just to confirm that you've got that recovery correct.
Yeah.
And then when you're happy, we can come back into circuit.
9 and 904. Pressure's dropping. Right. I'm gonna taxi down the bottom.
Okay.
Because that will give us time to warm up, and I'm gonna do my shift whap down the bottom. Purely because it's time to warm everything up.
No problem.
Okay. Right. What a lovely day to go flying. Controls full and free.
If when you're doing your chiff whap,
yes,
and it's not into wind perfectly, just explain to the examiner why.
Yeah.
Okay, that the wind's relatively low and blah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fine anyway.
Yeah.
Just on another day, I think you did it sort of, and it was light wind, but just explain to the examiner the wind's quite light. I'm going to carry the chiff chap in the chiff whap as we are.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would move off.
Yeah. Otherwise, you may think you've missed it, and you do it in worse conditions as well.
Okay. Right. I'm going to write that on top of that later on. Are my harness and helmet secure? Are you secure in the back?
Yeah, I'm secure in the back.
Okay. And the final check for my passenger. Are you happy?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So final check. Finals clear. Okay. So we're going to depart off to the west, are we?
Yep.
Okay, we're centred. I'm happy. Going to get past this little bit. T's and P's are good. Fuel's good. Holding the bar in. Yes, airspeed's alive. Full power applied. Keeping straight down the runway. Coming up to 50 miles an hour. Bar's coming forward. Keeping straight down the centre line. Speed's at 60.
You know, when you start taking your passengers up, you'll appreciate how lucky you are to be flying. Because you take it for granted when you've been flying for a long time.
Yeah.
And obviously, you'll be taking passengers, you'll be taking your friends up, your missus, your family and everyone else, and then you'll appreciate by their excitement how amazing this experience is.
I remember that from my Cessna days.
Yeah.
I gave lots of birthday and Christmas presents for IOU a flight.
Yeah, that's something you've got to look forward to.
Yeah.
I just want you to get them standard story recoveries correct. You know, I mean, I'm sure that you are. You told me that you are, so we'll just have a little bash at a few of them. Yeah. Put you into the unusual attitude. Okay, emergency.
Okay, right. So attitude, I've got that. I'm going back into best climb. Wind is from that direction, so I'm going to need to be going on 180, getting myself into best climb. Field, I am going to be using the field below me because I know that is a good field. Mayday, 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 Golf Charlie Charlie Delta Zulu is an engine failure attempting field landing northeast of Uttoxeter, approximately 4 miles to PeaBee. I'm going to try and do an engine restart. Engine has failed to restart. I'm going to turn so I can keep an eye on my field, which is below me. So I'm now entering my TIF, so the throttle is closed, confirm the throttle is closed, ignition I'd be turning off, fuel I'd be turning off. Are you secure in the back?
I'm secure.
Okay, I'm secure in the front. Right, let's focus on the landing now. That is a good field there, and I've got a field 2 there as well. So as I'm over the top of it, I'm going to move downwind.
And just see the field to the right hand side as well, it looks quite decent.
Yeah, the brown one, the ploughed one.
The one to the right hand side of the one that you picked.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go for that field, and I'm going to approach in that direction. Right, let's get myself set up on the circuit. I just need to see the field now. I'm still at mid-sync. Because that field has got, yes, that's got a lovely approach there. I'm going to go in from that direction there. Although, because of 500-foot rule, I'm going to displace it. I'm going to land across there.
Just going to give you a burst.
Yeah, I'm going to land that way, across that field, because the slope's away there.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. I'm going to do that one there.
Yeah, so it gives me a run on field. So I've got field 1 and field 2. If I do come in short, hopefully I won't. Okay, cloud's coming up. I'm going to start bringing the speed on because I need to do some beats to get myself down. clear of that cloud. Putting the speed on. 60 knots.
Tell me when you're happy.
I'm happy to get in now.
Okay, power. Ah, good.
Keeping that nose down. I'm going to steer left to get away from those buildings. Do you know what was bizarre?
Yep.
That felt quite natural.
That was really good. It's all about making the emergency not so much an emergency, keep it nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
And just don't rush that descent.
Yeah. T's and P's still good, fuel's still good in the climb, and we're going to level off at 2,500 feet.
Right, so I'm going to take control of the bar. If you take control of the power and maintain control of the power, okay? Okay, I have control of the bar.
You have control of the bar?
Yep. So what I'm going to do...
completely let go or just follow through?
Yeah, just follow it through.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want you to recover. Okay. So again, I'm just going to put you into an unused latitude, and I want you to recover from that unused latitude. Just bear in mind our standard still recovery. So just carry it, you know, if it's a nose up, standard still recovery. Okay?
Yeah. You happy with the hazel?
Yep, height is good. Airframe is good. Good on the engine. Are you ready?
Yeah. And we didn't lose any height.
Okay. How did that feel?
That was alright.
Yeah? Got the bar back. And power on. Okay, same again, I have control of the bar.
You have control following through.
Yep.
And I'm bringing the power back to normal level flight power.
Okay. Recover.
Holding that bar in, speed's reducing, bringing the power back in and returning to level flight. There you go, 2.5. T's and P's are good, fuel's still good.
Okay, I have control of the bar, you have control of the power.
I'm following through.
Okay, so height is good, airframe good. Okay, just ease up on the power to idle. Recover. Good. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Emergency.
Okay, so getting speed and getting myself into mincing. I'm going to select that field. So yeah, wind is going from that direction. Field. I'm going to go for that field there. Give myself a bit more time. That's below me.
Just keep looking for alternative fields as well.
I'm going to go for that field there. Okay.
And keep looking.
So yeah, that's a nice long field and it's into wind. So I'm going to be orbiting around to my right.
Don't forget to always look directly below yourself as well.
Yeah, I was. That's why I'm going round. Selected my field. Okay, Mayday, Golf Charlie Delta Zulu, just south of Darley Moor. Engine failure, attempting field landing. 2 PeaBee. Attempting to restart the engine has failed to restart. TIF, so confirming the throttle is closed. Ignition is going off. Fuel is going off. Are you secure in the back?
I'm secure.
I'm secure in the front. Right, that is definitely a good long field and it is into wind. I can run short if I'm required to, and there is an option to land in the field with the cows if I need to. So I'm in a really good position now. So I actually need to get down. Right, okay, I'm going to bring the speed on to 60 and then do my beats to get into that field. Bearing in mind there are houses and a riding school. Oh, they're going to love us, aren't they? It's long, so I can actually just run down the field, which is good. 60 miles an hour. I'm going to turn on now. I'm happy I'm going to make that. Yeah.
Happy? Yep, power.
Okay, T's and P's are good. Put that nose down.
Okay, when you're ready, just take it back into circuit.
Okay, so rejoin checks. Fuel is on and content is good. Location, I'm happy with that. I'm climbing up to 2,200 feet because that puts us back into 1,500 foot for the overhead rejoin. Altimeter is going to be reset to 9 and 904. Yeah, there's the sort of cloud bank is building, isn't it?
Yeah. Ah, it's looking nice. Okay, so if you do a right hand turn there, you should be able to, you're in a better position there to put yourself into returning back to the airfield. Okay. So what are we, 1,000? 1,600 feet. 1,500 feet, that's QFE, yeah?
Yep, we're back on QFE.
Okay, good.
Rechecking the downwind, feels good, waves are really, yes, wind's good, nose we're steering is straight, throttle is closed, trim is stitched set. Are you secure in the back?
I am.
I'm secure in the front. I'm going to go through that gap there. The wind is light today, so it's more of a glide approach. Just going to keep an eye on those paragliders purely for the fact that they start drifting onto the main runway. I'm assuming Andy won't let them, but... Centre line, right to left, 60 mile an hour, runway centre line. Coming up on 500 feet, am I going to make it? Yes, I am. Speed, centre line. Speed, centre line. Speed, centre line. I'm going to flatten out here for a moment. I'm going to re-enter the glide. So speed, centre line. 200 feet. Yes, I can make it. Speed, centre line. No, I can't. I'm going around. Should have extended that flat a little bit more.
That's okay. What you could have done there is just a bit of power.
Yeah.
And then just glide, and you could have still glided it in.
Yeah.
But decided to go around. It's not a problem.
Okay. Centre line, speed. Centre line, speed. I'm preparing to. I will be thinking about going around if he hasn't cleared the runway by 300 feet. Speed, centre line. Speed. 500 feet. He's going right to the end, and he's not going to clear by my 300 feet. Going around. Oh, he's cleared the runway. Okay, re-entering the glide. 300 feet, I can make it. Speed, centre line. Speed. 200 feet, we're in. Looking long. Rounding out.
Okay, power.
50 mile an hour, coming forward on the bar. Straight down the runway. That felt good.
It was.
Still trying to bring the height down so we can get the power back in. Okay. Got speed. Got my centre line.
Maintain that 300 feet.
Yeah. Coming right slightly. Trying to get the power set. There we go. It's looking good. Speed, centre line, speed, centre line. I'm looking long. Coming back off the power. Bar in.
Well done.
Are we taxiing in?
Yeah, what time is it?
We've got nearly an hour on the GoPro.
Okay,
so.
call it a day on that one then. Well done, that's good. Yep.
I enjoyed that. Okay, quick mag checks. Mag 1, and regain. Mag 2, and regain, and mags off.
Okay, Giles. What did you think of our last flight?
It's much better than the flight before.
Yeah.
Not our flight, but my flight yesterday.
And then also what we did today, we did some unusual attitudes. Just to confirm, because obviously we had an issue before with you wasn't easing that bar back quick enough. We was putting the planes in usual attitude, and on the standard stall recovery, we was very slow on easing that bar back. How do you think it went on that one?
100 times better. There was positive action.
Yeah.
It was going out really steep in the attitude, and it was breaking away. The moment it broke away, the bar was coming positively back, but not forcefully back.
Yeah.
Full power applied at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think we ended up finishing at the same height we went in at.
Very good. It was very good. It was responsive. You had a combination of bar back, full power. You didn't pull the bar back too far, which basically meant that we didn't lose too much height. You didn't have to just. There wasn't too much speed created on that recovery.
Was it as we were sort of saying about the? It was more to do with the feel. Yeah, it felt enough. That was coming through. I didn't need to bring any more back.
No, perfect.
And then recovered.
And as you can see, with the height that we lost, it was. We hardly lost any height. Is absolutely spot on, and obviously very important with that. I mean, obviously at 3,000 feet, not pulling the bar back, it's not as serious as if we was close to the ground. Obviously, if we're close to the ground and we end up in an unused latitude, which is unforced, i.e., it's just happened. It becomes more relevant then getting that bar back and getting that nose down. Yeah. Okay. That's good, excellent. So happy with them. What else did we do? We did an emergency landing.
You were sneaky.
I was sneaky.
You didn't even brief it, which is great.
Yeah.
I felt I was calm. It gave me time. I assessed the fields, and we did a number of those, didn't we? So even the ones I didn't know where I was, I think I selected a decent field that would put us in.
You did.
I would have got into the fields as well.
Yeah, you did. I mean, the field that I'd selected that I thought you was going to select, you didn't. You selected another field. There was a field directly under us. Yeah. So just be aware that also look directly below, and don't be afraid to change the field. So if you pick a field and you think, okay, that's my field there, and then the plane's in best glide, and you're looking around and think, oh, that one there looks a lot better, you can just don't be afraid to change the field as long as it's not too late. But when you're nice and high, there was one directly below us, which would have been perfect as well. But the field that you chose was spot on.
I did my beats
as well
at the right speeds.
You did the beats, the
right speeds.
At the right speeds. So it was good. I certainly felt safe. It didn't feel rushed to me. It was rushed enough considering it was a simulated an emergency, but it wasn't rushed where it's just bar back, get that plane down. It was carried out really nicely, and we had loads and loads of time. Pick the field, change the field. It was relaxed. It felt good, and it felt safe. What else did we do? Just jog my memory.
Circuits.
Yeah. So we had a few aborted landings, which is fine. I'm always happy with the aborted landings. I mean, there was a landing there. You was coming in. The approach was fine, but you felt you was short, and you aborted that. You could have incorporated some power to have extended your glide, but you decided to abort it. I've got no problems with that. I mean,
at the moment where I'm at, my decision point is 200 feet. Yeah. If it doesn't look good at 200 feet, go.
Yeah.
There's no point forcing a bad approach. And as you said to me, it all sets up from a circuit.
It does.
If it's not right, try again.
Yeah. So you start off your glide approaches. You aborted a couple of them landings, but you know what I say to any students, and don't feel pressured. If you abort a landing, don't feel pressured to land the next one, and if you abort that one, don't feel pressured, because what happens, it can build up. I've got to get this one in, I've aborted the other ones, and I've got to get, and it puts added pressure.
You kept saying to me on when we got to circuit height, you kept saying reset.
Yeah, just reset your mind. So when you're a qualified pilot, just reset your mind. You've had a landing, the weather's not been great, or you've just screwed it up. This is what I say to you. Sometimes when you abort your landing, it puts pressure on. You think, I've got to land it next time, but you haven't. It's just reset back to square one. You've learned something from the there may be gusty, maybe a crosswind, there may be some sink. You've learned from that, and then you can. But by all means, on the next one, don't be pressured. Just go around again and go around again, and until you're 100% happy that everything is spot on. So I always encourage people just to go around when you've aborted the landing, back into your downwind, reset the mind, relax.
Yeah. You did get me take my hands off the bar, which was funny. I must have been putting some pressure on then.
So no, it was good. And then we did our final landing, which was a powered approach. What do you think of that one?
I was quite pleased with that one.
Yeah,
I was quite pleased with that one.
Yeah, it was a lot better than the other ones. I mean, basically it's all about setting up, and obviously what you were doing before, you were actually approaching too high, and then it became a little bit of a glide powered approach, if you like. But that was absolutely spot on. You got the power just right. It was 300 foot and it was descending just perfect, and you could see the attitude was correct. You was lined up with the runway, and just before we touched down, off on the power, and it was a beautiful touchdown. Yeah, so I was really happy with that as well.
I hope they can all be like that. Good. Fair enough. Right, we'll leave this debrief there. I need a cup of tea, and join you in the next video.
Yep, well done. Cheers. Good job.